This is the Orioles POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? It is the Locked On Podcast Network, Baltimore Orioles postcast right here live on YouTube, available on demand immediately wherever you get your podcasts for free. It is Tuesday night, 10:20 on the dot, June 17th. My name is Luke Slaybaugh. As always, I'm your Baltimore Orioles postcast host right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. And tonight, we're talking about a 5-1 win over the Tampa Bay Rays. Before we continue any further, if you're just coming into the chat, these shows are always streamed live to YouTube. Go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know who your player of the game is. Plenty of options to choose from as the Baltimore Orioles string together 5 different innings, scoring a run, have a knockout pitching performance from Dean Kramer in the bullpen, and they draw even in the 4-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays down at Steinbrenner Field. As of this moment recording, the O's are 6 games out of a wild card spot. Boston currently losing to Seattle 5-0. The O's improved to 10 games under 500, and this is one they definitely needed. Going up against a divisional rival, a big stretch of the June schedule between here, then at the Bronx, welcoming the Rays back to Camden Yards. You got to get as many as you can in. And this was a nice bounce back from last night's milquetoast kind of loss down at the Mickey Mouse Stadium known as Steinbrenner Field. But tonight we got to talk about probably one of the most encouraging things we've seen out of the Orioles, and it's that magic at the plate with 2 outs.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And the reason I ask if you can hear me is because through my software, usually it's very muffled, but I'm hearing it crystal clear. So go ahead, let me know if there's any discrepancies in the audio. Happy to talk it out with you guys. And if you're not watching on the YouTube, I don't know what you're doing here. But thank you for tuning in next day on demand. Go ahead and leave a rating, 5-star review, all that good stuff. O's offense had been kind of hot and cold. I think it tied in with the return of Jordan Westburg. He had 10 runs against the Tigers, and then you go up against the best pitcher in baseball and left-hander Tarek Skubal, and you're on your butt again. Same type of deal against Seattle, against Sacramento, and we saw it last night against Ryan Pepio and the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, this ballpark that I ripped into last night definitely lends itself to the home run and the long ball. We saw a couple, including one off the bat of Adley Rutschman last night. The offense being so erratic and seesawing back and forth from game to game almost reminds us where we started this year. That 4-game series up in Toronto and even the Boston series immediately after. The seesawing back and forth of scoring a lot of runs, piling it on, and then not even making it to 3 or 4. And the truth is somewhere in the middle. This offense can't hit 4 to 5 home runs every game. It has to find different ways to manufacture runs. And tonight they did find multiple ways to do it. And tonight they did it in 5 different innings. But what's most important is being able to manufacture something with 2 outs. And that leads us to tonight's turning point in the bat of Colton Cowser.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Top 5, we got a 1-1 ball game and 2 quick outs recorded by right-hander Zach Littell. He had retired 10 straight Orioles after he got Cedric Mullins to pop out. So 2 outs in the inning and Colton Cowser up at the plate, left-hander, falls behind 0-2. Gets a slider middle in and pounces on it. Hits it 405 to dead center. 2-1 ball game. The first time in his career, Masson says, that Colton Cowser homers on an 0-2 offering. He goes 109 miles an hour off the bat. For Colton, that's 4 home runs this season and 4 RBIs. Guy's just driving himself in, and that kind of sounds like a leadoff hitter to me. Good thing Jackson Holliday has that spot locked down. But Cowser, of course, coming back from injury and having crashed into the center field wall a few games ago, a little bit shaken up. He just goes 100% all the time, and that's what we love about him. One of these days, he's going to get into a groove, and this might be the time. We also saw some good two-out magic off the bat of Ramón Laureano. In fact, by multiple Baltimore Orioles, with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. We see sharp hits off the bats of Jordan Westburg and Ryan O'Hearn. Westburg tags it to left field. O'Hearn gets a 1-2 splitter, again facing Littell, pulled to first baseman Jonathan Aranda, who can't quite corral it. Very hard off the bat, and a play that you couldn't reasonably expect just a league average first baseman to make. So 2 outs and 2 runners on. Laureano steps to the plate, works a 7-pitch at-bat against Littell, then gets a sinker up and in on his hands, is able to stay through it, spray it up the middle, and extend the Orioles' lead to 3-1. The note on Littell was that he was holding batters to a 3-for-23 line with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. And Laureano making him pay. Gunnar Henderson also getting in on the party an inning later. Dylan Carlson led off the inning against left-hander Mason Montgomery with a single to left field. Great game for Dylan that we'll get into in the second block. And 2 outs later, Adley Rutschman pokes a low slider up the middle. Carlson, with his speed, advances from first to third. And then Gunnar with a 1-1 count against Montgomery, another left-hander. 97-mile-an-hour fastball low, takes it up the middle, and extends the lead to 4-1. Before we continue further, I know some more people are coming in on the chat live here on YouTube. Go ahead, let me know who your player of the game is. We'll do a reveal right after the ad break. We're going to get into the pitching matchup tomorrow. The worst kept secret among Orioles media and staff, Trevor Rogers. He's whispering. Left-hander has a big opportunity to cement himself in this Orioles rotation. We're going to go through Dean Kramer's performance and some love to the bullpen, continuing to give the O's a fighting chance. This is the Locked on Orioles postcast. My name is Luke Slabaugh. If you notice, I just kind of felt like wearing the blazer tonight. No reason. Just thought, hey, pretty good. Appreciate you all tuning in here wherever and whenever you may be. This is the Locked on Orioles postcast. Stick with us. Back in the DMV studio means that there is home repair to be done, and this is brought to you by Supply House. Site made for the skilled trades for plumbing, HVAC, and electrical work. It's the most reliable way to get products online. Website is clean and easy to use, and it has an inventory of over 200,000 parts. 400 plus top brands represented. You're going to find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. If you need help with an order, Supply House has expert and industry-leading service, guaranteeing that you're always going to talk to a real person. If you're a trade pro looking for an extra edge, the free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled pros are already taking advantage, and now it's your time to get in on the action. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TN and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Use the promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com, promo code SH5. If I had a phone, we'd be all about OpenPhone. Running a business, you know that if you miss a call, you're in the red. Think example of plumbing emergencies here. Let's say that your landlord doesn't respond to your washing machine being broken. Can't think of that scenario, but if it did and he didn't answer, I'm calling the next trade pro. And that's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more, hey, Jerry, you going to get this guy? You're going to get this lady down on 15th Street? No more of those conversations. Avoid Jerry. OpenPhone is offering Locked On Orioles listeners 20% off their first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That's openphone.com/lockedonmlb. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. It's OpenPhone.
This This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
For multiple reasons, we go with Ramón Laureano. Could be anyone. Seeing some comments right now on YouTube that Dylan Carlson and his 3-for-4 game should be up there. And we're going to get to that in a second. But Laureano contributes at the plate and in the field tonight in big ways. We're going to start with the top of the second. Jordan Westburg leads off with this screamer, 110 miles an hour, hits a breaking ball off the center field wall. And from the naked eye live, it looked like he had hit it out of the ballpark. Westburg has just been cruising. He looks great. For the first time since May, probably, he's got his OPS. It was over 800. It was 802. And then in the final couple innings, drops to 796. He is asserting himself. O'Hearn moves him over with 2 strikes. Good at bat by Rhino. And so, with 1 out in the inning, the reason we didn't include this in the first block is no 2-out magic. Ramón Laureano gets a 93-mile-an-hour fastball outside against Littell. Pokes it up the middle. Incredible. The second baseman, Brandon Lau, can't handle it. It's an infield single for Ramón. Westburg scores, and it's 1-0. Incredible to see the O's manufacture runs that way. It was important that Dean Kramer get a shutout inning, and he gave up some hard contact tonight. Credit to Dean for keeping the ball in the ballpark. The bottom second, Jonathan Aranda leads off with a single to the right field gap, and Ramón Laureano cuts it off. He doesn't even get any momentum behind this throw. But he comes up firing, is able to hit Gunnar Henderson, who is shading on the second base side of the bag. Aranda, trying to extend a single into a double, gets tagged out, hung out to dry. 5th outfield assist of the year by Ramón, and the 17th assist by the team. 2nd in the league for the O's outfielders. And it maintains a 1-0 score through 2 innings. Great game for Dylan Carlson. 3-for-4 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. Scored from second on a shallow Jackson Holiday single to left field in the top of the 9th. Really great way to tack on runs. We had mentioned that Dean Kramer was able to keep the ball in the park against the Rays, and that was imperative. One, because in a normal ballpark, that has been an issue. Not necessarily for Dean, but just the pitching staff as a whole. And Dean took something off the splitter tonight and was able to get some really nice strikeouts when he needed to. Was able to pitch out of traffic in multiple innings. The only blemish was this cue shot off the bat of Junior Caminero. Started out giving up a double to Lau in the 4th, walked Yandy Diaz. Aranda flies out to Colton Cowser in center field that moves Lau to 3rd. And Caminero just gets this splitter around 82 miles an hour, just finds a hole and tied the game at 1-1. But to Dean's credit, is able to freeze Jake Mangum on a 2-seam fastball on the black, and then wins this 9-pitch duel against Matt Thaiss, a splitter in the dirt at 81 miles an hour. Gets him to fan. Inning prior, Cameron Meisner, a Mizzou product, gets this cutter underneath his hands, left-hander, swings and misses. Really great stuff. Got Meisner again in the 5th on a splitter. And gets Josh Lowe to fly out to Cowser to retire his final 5 Tampa Bay Rays. Bullpen, nails. Can't say enough about how they have kept this thing afloat. Keegan Aiken, first and foremost, getting 5 crucial outs to extend or at least bridge the gap between Dean and the setup men in the back of the bullpen. Gregory Soto gets the final out of that 7th inning. A strikeout of Josh Lowe on a tantalizing slider, inheriting 2 runners. And Brian Baker with a scoreless 8th. Felix Bautista in the 9th. Nails with a strikeout. Bautista's ERA now under 3. Not a save situation for the Mountain. Continues to do exactly what the O's wrote up. As reported on the broadcast, left-hander Trevor Rogers is on the taxi squad and projected to start tomorrow. This has been a long time coming for Orioles fans. They have wanted this. And to be honest, yours truly has as well. Rogers dazzled last month in a doubleheader at Boston. Went 6 1/3, no runs allowed, just 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Now, that production has not been replicated at AAA Norfolk, but there are extenuating circumstances on a rehab assignment or a minor league assignment. What really played for Rogers at Fenway Park was his velocity. And if he has that lower body strength and command to pair with it, this is exactly the type of guy you want to slot into your rotation. We had pitched multiple times that using a combination of a Rogers and Povich or a Rogers and, for example, a Brandon Young, assuming that he would be healthy and ready to go. Heck, if a Grayson Rodriguez or Kyle Bradish come off the injured list in time in August, perchance, the season is still within reach. Being able to show a couple of different looks over the course of a game and not try to bullpen manage or use an opener, but use a couple of guys who can go 3 or 4 innings apiece. That had been the knock on Povich, is that he falls apart 3rd and 4th inning. And if he even manages to get a 3rd time through the lineup, he just gets bombarded. So Trevor Rogers has a chance to do something incredible tomorrow. His opponent, his counterpart rather, is right-hander Taj Bradley, 4-5 with a 4.35 ERA. That's on Masson 2 with a 7.35 scheduled first pitch. We had mentioned Colin Selby struck out 5 last night. He was promptly sent to AAA in the musical chairs known as a bullpen management system. Shout out Mike Elias. Left-hander Grant Wolfram was recalled for today, was not used. And if I were a betting man, I would think that Rogers would take the place of Wolfram in the morning. But who's to say? O's are doing well. They even up the series, this 4-game series, 1 game apiece. I want to say thank you for tuning in to the Locked On Orioles postcast. My name is Luke Slabaugh. Connor Newcomb will be back in the morning with the regular 5-day-a-week show. This is just bonus content. It's pouncing on the live interactions. I want to interact with you all. I'm very active in the comment section. So whenever and wherever you're listening, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Problems with the show, prognosis for the season, anything I might have missed. And let me know your takeaway. Would love to chat up baseball with you guys. Good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow night.